From India.
Yes, from the Theosophical Society at Adelaide.
That's right.
Yes, Mosia.
Bye-bye.
Chennai. Thank you.
It was a profound honor for the Theosophical Society in America to host His Holiness's visit to Chicago at the University of Illinois Chicago Pavilion, where 8,000 people were able to attend, and also at the Harris Theater on Chicago's lakefront. Much smaller event, more intimate. 1,600 people attended that one. As meaningful as those two events were to me and to the membership as a whole, probably the thing that was the most meaningful was a separate event which took place for the members of the Theosophical Society only. It was after the event at the Harris Theater, and after he had had his panel discussion, the members of the Theosophical Society remained so that he could have time to spend just with us. His reason for that, and the reason it was able to even happen, was the fact that over a long period of time, dating back to 1956, when he first encountered the Theosophical Society, he has held our mission and the work we've been trying to do in very, very high regard. It was something that he spoke about at some length in this meeting with our members. And it's something that he actually was the guiding force to make this meeting happen.
Theosophical sort of ideas, and those people who firstly established this sort of association or this society, as in their dreams, sooner or later we must materialize. So, more sort of educate. And then if possible, the theosophical sort of idea, respect all religions, and meantime, at least get some sort of knowledge about these different religious traditions. I think that's very important. Not just seeing mere different sort of symbol or different tradition or teacher, just to know Buddha, not sufficient. We must know the essential part of Buddha's teaching. Similarly, other tradition. You should get some sort of basic information. I think that important. Then meantime, you can make sort of comment that essentially same practice, same effect. I think that's the way to educate people. This morning is mentioned, particularly those a little bit hardliner. They should sort of have the opportunity to learn the value of other tradition. So that's, I think, your sort of immediate task. And then also, if possible, this is some seminars, some discussions about the sameness of essential part of practice, all major tradition. Say in some universities, in some sort of education,
In the academic institutions.
Mm-hmm. I think that also, useful. Then member of such organization, you yourself must have some kind of faith, respect to all religions, all major religions, and some kind of attitude, non-sectarian principle. So the members, first, you yourself, say, having that kind of sort of attitude, then you become true member of the Theosophical Society. Isn't it? So in that sense, I think I am I think, one of the candidates of your society's member.
During the members' meeting, the Dalai Lama took the first part of the meeting to really talk about the Theosophical Society and his high regard for it. We only had time for a couple of questions from the floor when he was through talking. So the first of those questions had to deal with issues of self-worth, self-loathing, sorts of things that people, particularly in the Western world, commonly experience.
Yes, that kind of attitude, self-hatred.
No.
That's, I think, essentially too much impatience. At the meantime, deep down, some kind of unrealistic ambition, right? And then too much impatience. So then, thing which you want, difficult to achieve. Then, due to impatience, so you want something immediately, but that failed. Then, discourage oneself, and then develop anger towards oneself. So, I think the mental sort of system, there are extreme self-centered attitude and short-sighted impatience and unrealistic ambition. Right? These are the causes of that kind of self-hatred. So right from the beginning, we should be realistic, as we discussed this morning. My own case, sort of my own sort of practice, as well as the Tibetan struggle. First, we must look at the reality and the circumstances. Objectively, should not involve our own sort of desire or emotions. Totally objective, neutral mind. Then see the reality clearer. So, individual case, if you sort of, adopt that attitude, then there will not be basis of too much frustration, and self-hatred will not come. That's my view. Then also maybe, you see, helpful to some of those specialists, psychiatrists,
Psychosis.
or this psychotherapist. So I think you should consult or discuss some of those, specialists.
Second question was from a woman who was one of our members who asked him about his memories of his last day in Lhasa, Tibet, right before he fled the Chinese occupation. And it was something that triggered a response that was moving in every way. Because he talked about, from a first-hand point of view, a historical event of great importance in detail that I had never heard before.
Of course, I think every human experience, a certain experience during a lot of fear, that experience remember more clearly. So, 17th March 1959, the crisis started 10th March 59. And of course, that crisis also is related with problems or open sort of conflict, which start 56 till 55. At least on the superficial, good relation with Chinese new masters. Very good, quite good relation. And particularly after my visit Peking, several meetings with Chairman Mo, Mo Zedong, said they really wonderful person, really, and besides as a great revolutionary, but as a human being, very nice person. So a lot of discussion with him during my stay in Peking, about 5 to 6 months. Several meetings with Chairman Mo. Chairman Mo considered me as his own son. I also used to develop some kind of sort of genuine respect as my father. Very nice. So he gave me a lot of sort of promise. So when I returned from Peking, 1955, summer, full confidence. So actually, on the road, I'm coming back. I think something, I think military rank, I think Major General or Lieutenant General, according to Indian rank, the General of the 18th Division. He coming from Lhasa to Peking. On the road, we met. And then I told him, last year, 54, when I'm coming this road to Peking, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, doubt. Now I'm coming back the same road, full of confidence. So, but then 56, uprising started from eastern part of Tibet. So that lead 59 crisis. So some people get the impression 59 10th March, all of a sudden these things become that kind of problem. No. A lot of sort of causes and conditions. So in any way, 10th March, demonstration, big demonstration started. Then we already know, now no hope, only crushed by Chinese forces. But I try to cool down the situation in next about a week. Then every night, Chinese military movement with a big gun, every night moving towards Lhasa, coming from some actually come from China itself, like that. So later I was told some Chinese soldiers, very tough soldier, who have the experience in Korean War, fight with American forces or United Nations forces. So that group, particularly that group, brought to Lhasa in order to crush. So then, and other side, I told Tibetan, should not concentrate in my place. Now please return to your own home. You can put some representative. Then we can discuss and we can communicate with Chinese. But Tibetan, they determined remain at my place in order to protect me, like that. Then meantime, we also notice in other side of the river, the Chinese, the artillery sort of brigade there. So from Podala, some Tibetan who through binoculars, they notice there are some activities going on. So then every sign, real danger is coming. Then the very day, 17th March, I decided, now I'm leaving. So the local time, Lhasa Standard Time, local time, 10 o'clock. Indian Standard Time, I think around 9 o'clock, around that. 1 hour differences. One hour, I think 1 hour differences. So exactly 10 o'clock p.m. Lhasa time, I left. So there, because of the circumstances, I have to sort of act some 가솔다 pada 고고다야
Trick.
From my place, my room, firstly the light dimmer. Then I come out with ordinary Tibetan sort of say cloth, and this right hand one rifle. Then act as a bodyguard of one Tibetan officials. So officials should go front, I follow with that gun. And you see, have to remove my glass. So then walk, I think perhaps at least 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer or something like that. And road is not good. So more walks, this rifle becoming heavier. Then cross river, the other side, some sort of preparation there. Then on horse we go. The road along the river, just the other side, Chinese military camp. We can see Chinese soldiers there. So we completely, without flesh, these things, we completely dark. But however, the horses, those trotters,
The trot slower. The horse trotting, the sound of horse trotting.
Some sound. So we very much afraid. If they heard, if they pay some attention, then some sort of group horses going. So there's real danger shooting. So that's the moment how I escaped from Nobuling. Then next morning, the whole night we go like that way. Then next morning, then we reach one passes and cross that pass. Then less danger, no Chinese soldier there. And that way, then finally reach India. And when we about approach to Indian border, we are not very sure whether government of India allowed us or not. So we live in dilemma. We sent 2 delegations, one Indian border site, one Bhutanese border site. Then we received information immediately. Government of India ready to receive me. Then we leave. Then we are very happy. Then when we reach the border, the place called Kansamani, there some of my old Indian friend, some from Minister of External Affairs, who once posted in Lhasa, we know him very well, and translators and bodyguard which served 1956. So we already, you see, these people already become a very, very old friend. So when I saw their face, I feel tremendous sort of happiness and joyfulness. So that's my experience.
One of our members who speaks internationally, who is from India, was particularly moved by His Holiness's remarks about his last night in Lhasa.
That's what the Dalai Lama said today. He said, with all humility, I think I have a good potential to become a candidate for your society. Didn't he say that? Yes. Look at his humility. A man who says that the Chinese are not his enemies. Okay? No. They have done something. He is looking at it objectively. He is a witness to what happened to him that night in Lhasa. Somebody dared to ask that question and he described it. So, that he was a witness. He described it as though it was a story. No hatred, no memory of the past which tells him that was a technical memory, not an emotional memory. Did you see that? Yeah. Did he fall on his on his knees and start weeping and saying, "Oh, they threw me out of China"? He didn't do that. He said that without any emotion. He said it without any anger. There is more than a lesson when a great man like that speaks. There was a lesson in many things that he said. What he said and what he did not say had a lesson for me.
So now, he says, no time to go. The Lufthansa aeroplane will not wait me. So I have no miracle power to stop that. So I have to go. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you are here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.